It's going to be a bit of a weird one because we're on the wrong camera. It's up here. We're on the Panasonic instead of the Sony camera I normally use, which means it's going to sound a bit different than normal, but we're going to do all the programs and options on this Bosch Logixx 10 UK version, which has a heater. And of course that means it's got actual temperatures instead. Now, what makes it a bit different is trying to work out the times for each cycle, because instead of it saying how long, it just simply tells you when it's going to finish. So, we go to columns 30 for example, and it finished at 10:25 PM. It's currently 9 PM. So, that's an hour 25 minutes. A pre-wash, put it on, got to wait, it's half an hour. Rinse plus, readjust, 15 minutes extra. Reduce ironing, reduces the spin speed, and is also 10 minutes extra. Right, we can also go through the menu. We can change the spin speed, of course, into, well, actually, weirdly, down to 800 RPM. And then it's without final spin, which changes the final time, drops it by a few minutes. Then we've also got this, it's the soil level. You've got normal, quick wash, which on this cycle drops by 14 minutes, which means it's an hour 11, or intensive wash, which of course adds on time instead, also 14 minutes. Or 20 minutes actually. So you'll take off 14 minutes for the quick wash, add on 20 for the intensive. And of course you can combine options too. For example. Yeah, that's a really long cycle all of a sudden. Also, if you've got reduced ironing and you select menu, go into spin speed, before, down, you can go from 1200 to 800. On reduce ironing, you can reduce it down to 400. There we go. And then deselecting the final spin on reduce ironing actually saves 11 minutes. Right, columns 40 takes an hour and a half. Quick wash takes off 15 minutes, and intensive adds on 20 minutes. Of course you can add on the extra options. They're the same time of course, so I'm not going to go through that too much. Column 60, right, we've got to go, so it's 2 hours 10 as normal. Again, you can add on pre-wash, which is going to add on half an hour. You can add on rinse plus, which is going to add on 15 minutes. And we can add on reduce creasing, which is going to add on 10. And of course we can go through to normal wash, select quick wash, brings the time down by 15 minutes, or with intensive wash on, it adds on 20 minutes. Then we've got cotton 60 stains. We've accidentally carried over the stains option. It's the same time. Normal wash. Again, 2 hours 10. Quick wash. Again, takes off 15 minutes, so it's now an hour 55. You can have obviously add on these extra options along with the quick wash, for example. And there we go. Go to cottons 90. Standard cycle time, 2.5 hours. with a quick wash. What's that, 18 minutes? So intensive adds on 20 minutes, quick wash takes it off. There's a bit something wrong going on with these timings. So they're very off because realistically this takes over 3.5 hours doing 90 wash. So I'm not exactly sure where the timings are coming from. They were correct, weirdly, not that long ago. And now they're not. They're not being correct since the last cycle. The last cycle was right, and now it's just gone wrong for some reason. So mix load 30 degrees. It's just 40 minutes long. We can add on a pre-wash, which has done half an hour. We can add on reduce extra rinse, which adds on over 25 minutes actually. Yeah, 20 minutes rinse plus adds on. Then we can add on reduce ironing, which adds on 11 minutes. 9 minutes even. Spin speed's 800 on mixed. That's maximum spin speed. Reduce ironing, of course, sets the spin to 600. Then we've got normal wash, quick wash, which saves 5 minutes, and intensive wash, 9:46, which adds on 20 minutes. Then we've got rinse / freshen up, which is 1 rinse followed by the final spin. Total time, what's that, 27 minutes. No pre-wash. You can add on rinse plus, which adds on 14 minutes. And we can add on reduce ironing, of course, which adds on a further 12 minutes. Spin speed can reduce to, well, from 1200 to 400. Got normal wash, got quick wash. Wow, saves 10 minutes on the rinse and spin. And we got intensive wash, which adds on time. Interesting. That's bizarre. Then we've got spin only. It's 9 minutes long, according to that. You can add on reduce ironing, which adds on 10 minutes or so. Likewise, spin speed, we can reduce it, but we can't obviously have no spin for obvious reasons. There's also no soil level. Then we've got drain only, which apparently lasts a whole minute. No options, makes sense. Then we've got wool at 30. Done in just half an hour, according to this. Again, spin speed is set at 800. It can go down to no spin. Doing so takes off 3 minutes. We've also got normal wash, quick wash. It's done in 25 minutes. Or normal, that's it, or normal wash. No pre-wash. You can add on extra rinse. And we can have reduce ironing, which sets the spin to 600. But really, does it affect the time? Yeah, that's interesting. Now also you've got cold ones at cold, which does nothing to the time whatsoever. Still a half an hour cycle. Obviously you have extra rinse, you can have reduce ironing, etc. you can go through it. So you can have a normal wash, you can have a quick wash, take off 5 minutes, etc. So that's no different. Then we've got Delicates and Silk, preset at 600 RPM. Wash time is 40 minutes. You can have reduce ironing, which will then lower it to 400 RPM. And adds on time as well, which is quite fair actually. We can have a pre-wash, which will add on 15 minutes instead of half an hour. We can have rinse plus, which will add on 7 minutes. And we can have reduce ironing as well, as shown, which adds on 4 minutes. Without spin takes off 3 minutes. We can have normal wash, or we can have quick wash, which takes off 5 minutes. We can have intensive, which adds on 8 minutes. 7 minutes, shall I say. Then we've got Easy Care at 60 degrees. It's an hour and a half with a pre-wash on. It's 20 minutes with rinse plus. It's 15 minutes with reduced ironing, which reduces it to 600 RPM. It adds on a further 10 minutes. Spin speed is at 800, can't go any higher. You've got normal wash, quick wash, which saves 10 minutes, making it an hour 20, or intensive wash, which adds on 20 minutes, making it a hour 50. Then we've got Easy Care at 40 degrees. An hour, apparently. Very off, because I did a duvet before and it took, with rinse plus, it took over 2 hours. You've got pre-wash, which adds on obviously 20 minutes, rinse plus, and reduce ironing. Go into the thing, your normal. So it's an hour. Quick wash, reduce it by 5 minutes, making it 55-minute wash. And the intensive wash adds on 20 minutes, making it an hour 20. Then we've got 30 degrees instead. And the options are exactly the same. And times. It naturally comes as a 1 hour cycle, and then you can up the intensive by 20 minutes to an hour 20, or take off 5 minutes for the quick wash. And there you go. That's all the options and timings for this Bosch Logixx 10/Nexxt 9 machine. Cool. Next.